The Conjuring Universe has become one of the most successful horror franchises of the modern era, building an interconnected supernatural mythology that spans decades and continents. What started as a single haunted house story has evolved into a cinematic universe featuring demonic nuns, possessed dolls, and ancient curses that all connect to form one terrifying reality. Unlike other horror franchises that repeat the same formula, the Conjuring Universe has created a complex, supernatural ecosystem where every ghost, demon, and cursed object serves a specific purpose in a larger cosmic battle between good and evil. In this video, we're breaking down every movie in the Conjuring Universe, from the original haunting that started it all to the upcoming installment, which promises to expand the mythology even further. Movie 1, The Conjuring, 2013. The Perron Family Haunting. The Conjuring established the foundation of the entire universe by introducing Ed and Lorraine Warren, paranormal investigators whose case files would become the source material for every subsequent film. The movie follows the Warrens as they investigate the haunting of the Perron family farmhouse in Rhode Island. The film reveals that the house is cursed by the spirit of Bathsheba Sherman, a witch who killed her infant child as a sacrifice to Satan and then took her own life. Her curse ensures that any mother who lives in the house will be compelled to kill her children, creating a cycle of supernatural violence that spans generations. What makes this film crucial to the universe is how it establishes the rules for supernatural activity. Demons and spirits operate according to specific hierarchies. They can be fought using religious artifacts and proper spiritual protocols, and they often use cursed objects or locations as anchors to our reality. The movie introduces the Warrens' artifact room, which contains cursed objects from their various cases, including the Annabelle doll. This room becomes central to the universe's mythology, serving as a containment facility for supernatural threats that could potentially escape and cause havoc. The film's success lies in how it treats supernatural investigation as a legitimate profession, employing scientific methods and documented procedures, which makes the paranormal feel systematic and believable rather than random and chaotic. Movie 2, Annabelle, 2014, The Doll's Origin. Annabelle serves as a prequel that explains how the infamous doll became possessed and eventually ended up in the Warrens' collection. The film follows John and Mia Form, a young couple who received the doll as a gift, only to discover it has become a conduit for demonic activity. The movie reveals that the doll isn't possessed by a spirit named Annabelle, but rather by a powerful demon that uses the doll as a vessel to terrorize and ultimately claim human souls. The demon feeds on fear and trauma, using the innocent appearance of a child's toy to mask its malevolent intentions. What makes this film important to the universe is how it establishes that cursed objects don't just happen randomly. They're created through specific traumatic events that allow demonic entities to attach themselves to physical items. The doll becomes cursed when cultists murder a young woman named Annabelle Higgins in the Form's apartment. The film introduces the concept that demons require permission to fully manifest in our reality, often gaining this permission through acts of desperation or sacrifice. The movie also establishes that ordinary people can become targets of supernatural activity simply by possessing cursed objects. Movie 3, The Conjuring 2, 2016, The Enfield Poltergeist. The Conjuring 2 expands the universe internationally by taking the Warrens to England to investigate the Enfield Poltergeist case. The film introduces Valak, a powerful demon disguised as a nun, who becomes one of the franchise's most iconic antagonists. The movie reveals that the Enfield haunting is a complex supernatural conspiracy involving multiple entities. While the Hodgson family appears to be haunted by the spirit of Bill Wilkins, the real threat is Valak, who is using the poltergeist activity as a cover for a larger plan to kill Ed Warren. What makes this film crucial to the universe is how it establishes that demons can manipulate other supernatural entities to achieve their goals. Valak doesn't just terrorize the Hodgson family directly. It orchestrates an elaborate scheme involving multiple spirits and locations to target the Warrens specifically. The film introduces the concept that some demons are powerful enough to appear in multiple locations simultaneously and can manipulate events across great distances. The movie also reveals that Lorraine Warren's psychic abilities make her particularly vulnerable to demonic attack. but also give her unique insights into supernatural activity that normal investigators would miss. Movie 4, Annabelle, Creation, 2017. The doll's true beginning. Annabelle, Creation serves as a prequel to the prequel, revealing the true origin of how the Annabelle doll first became possessed. The film follows dollmaker Samuel Mullins and his wife Esther, whose daughter Annabelle dies in a tragic accident, leading them to make a deal with a demonic entity. The movie reveals that the demon masquerading as the Mullins' dead daughter isn't Annabelle's spirit, but rather a powerful entity that uses the parents' grief to gain access to our reality. The demon inhabits the doll that Samuel created in the likeness of his daughter, transforming a symbol of love into a vessel for evil. What makes this film important to the universe is how it establishes the pattern of how demons exploit human grief and desperation. The entity doesn't force its way into our reality. It's invited in by people who are willing to make any bargain to ease their suffering. The film introduces the concept that demons can lie dormant for years before becoming active, waiting for the right circumstances or victims to begin their supernatural campaigns. This explains how cursed objects can seem harmless for extended periods before suddenly becoming dangerous. The movie also reveals that demons often target children because their innocence and vulnerability make them easier to possess. Movie 5, The Nun, 2018, Valak's medieval origins. The Nun serves as a prequel that explores Valak's origins and reveals how this powerful demon first gained access to our reality. Set in a Romanian abbey in 1952, the film follows Father Burke and Sister Irene as they investigate supernatural activity at the monastery. The movie reveals that Valak is an ancient demon that was imprisoned centuries ago by the church. Still, a bombing during World War II damaged the supernatural barriers keeping it contained. The demon uses the abbey as a base of operations to build strength and plan its eventual global campaign. What makes this film crucial to the universe is how it establishes that the church has been fighting supernatural threats for centuries and has developed specific methods and artifacts for containing demonic entities. The abbey serves as both a prison and a battleground in an ongoing war between good and evil. The film introduces the concept that some locations are naturally thin barriers between dimensions, making them ideal for supernatural activity. The abbey was built in this location specifically to contain Valak, but the same property makes it vulnerable when the containment fails. The movie reveals that Valak's ultimate goal isn't just to terrorize individuals, but to escape containment and spread its influence globally, setting up the demon's appearances in later films as part of a larger supernatural conspiracy. Movie 6, The Curse of La Llorona, 2019, The Weeping Woman's Terror. The Curse of La Llorona expands the universe by incorporating Latin American folklore, introducing the legend of a woman who drowned her children and now seeks to take other children to replace them. The film follows social worker Ana Tate Garcia as she encounters this supernatural threat. The movie reveals that La Llorona operates according to specific supernatural rules. She can only take children, is drawn to families experiencing trauma or dysfunction, and becomes more powerful when people know her story and fear her presence. What makes this film significant to the universe is that it demonstrates the existence of supernatural threats across all cultures and mythologies, not just in European or American contexts. This expands the Conjuring Universe's scope to include global supernatural phenomena. The film establishes that the circumstances of their death bind some supernatural entities and must continue repeating the same patterns of behavior for eternity. La Llorona is compelled to seek children because of the trauma that created her supernatural existence. The movie also introduces the concept that faith healers and spiritual practitioners from different cultures. Movie 7, Annabelle Comes Home, 2019, The Artifact Room Unleashed. Annabelle Comes Home brings the focus back to the Warrens' home and artifact room, showing what happens when multiple cursed objects are activated simultaneously. The film follows the Warrens' daughter, Judy, and her babysitters as they face supernatural chaos in the family home. The movie reveals that the Warrens' artifact room contains dozens of cursed objects, each with its supernatural entity or power. When the Annabelle doll is accidentally activated, it influences other objects in the room, creating a supernatural cascade that threatens everyone in the house. What makes this film crucial to the universe is how it establishes that cursed objects can influence each other, and that the Warrens' collection represents a concentrated supernatural threat that requires constant vigilance to contain. The film introduces new cursed objects that expand the universe's mythology, including the Ferryman coin, the Mourner's bracelet, and the Hellhound, each representing different types of supernatural threats and cultural origins. The movie demonstrates that even the Warrens' own family isn't safe from supernatural activity, and that their work protecting others puts their loved ones at constant risk from the entities they've contained. Movie 8, The Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It, 2021, Demonic Legal Defense. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It explores the first legal case in American history where demonic possession was used as a defense for murder. The film follows the Warrens as they investigate whether Arnie Johnson was truly possessed when he killed his landlord. The movie reveals that the possession was part of a larger occult conspiracy involving a satanic cult that uses curses and demonic rituals to destroy families and communities. The case becomes more complex when the Warrens discover that the possession was deliberately transferred from a child to Johnson. What makes this film important to the universe is how it shows that supernatural threats can have real-world legal and social consequences. The case forces society to confront the possibility that demonic possession is real and can influence human behavior. The film establishes that some occultists actively work to spread supernatural chaos by summoning demons and directing them against innocent victims. This introduces human antagonists who willingly serve supernatural evil. The movie also reveals that demonic possession can be transferred between individuals through specific rituals, adding a new dimension to how supernatural threats can spread and affect multiple victims. Movie 9, The Nun 2, 2023, Valak's continued threat. The Nun 2 continues Valak's story, revealing how the demon has persisted in spreading its influence despite being seemingly defeated in the previous film. Set in 1956, France, the movie follows Sister Irene as she faces the demon again in a new location. Based on the trailer and promotional material, the film reveals that Valak's defeat in Romania was only temporary, and the demon has been building strength and influence across Europe. The entity appears to be targeting religious institutions and using them as bases for expanding its supernatural territory. What makes this upcoming film significant to the universe is how it demonstrates that powerful demons like Valak can't be permanently destroyed by conventional means, only temporarily contained or weakened. This establishes ongoing supernatural threats that can return in future films. The movie appears to explore how Valak adapts its methods and appearance to different cultural contexts while maintaining its core goal of spreading fear and claiming souls. This flexibility makes the demon a more persistent and dangerous threat. The film seems to suggest that Sister Irene has a special connection to combating Valak, possibly setting up her character as a recurring protagonist in future supernatural battles against this particular demon. Movie 10, The Conjuring, Last Rites, 2025, The Final Battle. Based on the teaser trailer, The Conjuring, Last Rites appears to be positioning itself as the climactic chapter in the Warren story, with Ed and Lorraine facing their most dangerous case yet. The trailer suggests this film will explore the ultimate confrontation between the Warrens and the demonic forces they've been battling throughout their careers. Early footage hints at a case so severe that it threatens not just individual victims, but potentially the spiritual balance between good and evil itself. The title, Last Rites, implies finality, and suggests this may be the Warrens' final investigation, possibly dealing with themes of mortality, legacy, and the ultimate sacrifice required to protect humanity from supernatural evil. If the trailer is any indication, this film promises to bring together elements from across the entire universe for an epic supernatural showdown that could redefine the franchise's mythology and provide a definitive conclusion to the Warrens' paranormal career. And there you have it, every movie in the Conjuring universe explained. From the original Perron family haunting to the upcoming final battle in Last Rites. These films have created the most comprehensive supernatural mythology in modern horror, building an interconnected reality where every ghost, demon, and cursed object serves a purpose in a larger cosmic battle. Which Conjuring Universe movie terrifies you the most? Are you excited to see how the Warren story concludes in Last Rites? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into horror's most successful franchises.